Hey, what's up, everybody? For your fix of fitness, health, life, and laughs, you know where it's at. That's right, it's at the Poecast with your host, yours truly, Adam Pullman.
Hello and welcome to the Poecast. This is the show where all of your health, fitness, and nutrition questions are answered. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about what you need to do to finally make those abs pop, to make those abs show. So this person feels like they're doing things right nutritionally, but they're just not seeing the results they want to with their abs. So what is it that they can do to finally make those abs show? We'll be talking about that in today's episode, so make sure you tune in for an answer on that. If you have a question that you want to have answered here on the show, you can send those questions in on Instagram. My handle is Adam_PullmanFit. You can find me there. Every single Saturday, I will post a question box on my story that says, "Ask me a question." That is your green light to submit as many health, fitness, and nutrition questions as you would like, and I'll answer them shortly on the story and then in depth and in detail here on the show. The more unique, the more original the question is, the higher the chances are that I answer them, or I answer the question here on the show. So that's how you go ahead and submit your questions that you would like to have answered, just like this individual did here for today's episode. Now, if you're someone that enjoys the show and you've gotten a lot out of it, and you're someone that wants to build a faster metabolism, I just got off a call yesterday with someone who is in a position where they probably should do that. They've been eating progressively lower and lower calories. They've been yo-yo dieting from one thing to the next, not really sure what they need to do to get out of this hole. So I recommended using strength training and increasing calorie intake slowly over time to improve their metabolism. Now, there is a right way to do this and a wrong way to do this. Now, if you want a step-by-step guide on how to use training and nutrition to improve your metabolism, to make fat loss easier for the long term, I encourage you to check out the Eat More, Get Leaner ebook. This is also a great opportunity to show your support for the show. That way I can continue doing what I love, like making episodes like these. So it's a quick and easy $7. You can get that at pullmanfitness.com/store. That's POEHLMANN fitness.com/store. Next thing, we have a private Facebook community that you are more than welcome to be a part of. So this is where we get together with like-minded people, share recipes, share ideas, check each other's form. I get on there and do a live session once or twice a week, create content for you guys to help you improve your health and fitness and go more in depth with what you need. This is also where we discuss coaching with me, what that looks like. We talk about clients that are working with me, their wins. So if you want to be a part of a like-minded community, maybe you have an interest in working with me one-on-one and you want to learn more about that, go ahead and send me a message on Instagram with "That's me," and that will let me know that you want to be a part of our private group, and I will go ahead and send you the link so you can request to join there. Now, two more things before I sign off. One new announcement. First and foremost, it's only a new announcement. So up to this point, you've probably heard or known that I'm a personal trainer. I'm a fitness coach. I work one-on-one with clients in depth, go on a personal journey with them to improve their health and fitness. That is the main element of what I do. However, Pullman Fitness still exists to transform the body, mind, and spirit through personal coaching and sustainable fitness plans for any stage of life. So if you've been interested in following some sort of self-guided program that is tailored to your goals, that is professionally structured, not by a fitness influencer, but rather a trainer that has years and years of experience, our basic memberships are now live for you to go ahead and be a part of and to participate in. So right now we've got 4 basic memberships up for you guys. How this works is you guys are going to go to the website, pullmanfitness.com/basic-membership, and you will get to pick the program that you want to follow according to your goals. So the four workouts or programs that we have for you guys to follow are: one is geared towards fat loss, one is geared towards building muscle, one is towards building your glutes. So if that's something that you're interested in, I highly encourage you to check that one out. And the other one is tailored toward activating your glutes. So if maybe you have a hard time feeling your glutes connect and squeeze and work, that would be a great option for you. So you can go ahead and join those programs that are made by me. You'll have exercise video demonstrations. You'll have the complete ability to track your progress, your workouts, your weights, and everything in the personal profile that you'll get in the app. And like I mentioned, you'll get a program that is professionally structured and designed for this specific goal rather than some random thing some influencer put out because they're ripped and think they know what they're doing. All right, so go ahead and check that out. That's at pullmanfitness.com/basic-membership. That's where you can go ahead and join there. Lastly, if you want free resources, more valuable information, you can get anything like that, free guides, free articles, at pullmanfitness.com/free. That's POEHLMANN fitness.com/free. Today's question comes from Ariel C. Gordon. And the question is, I lift 4 to 5 times a week, but my abs still aren't showing all the way. I'm just too picky of an eater. Help. So, yeah, being a picky eater is going to make this a little bit more challenging. And one thing that I want to touch on and focus on as I answer this question is the lack of attention to building the abs, because what we focus on all the time is revealing the abs. So what we can't forget here is that having abs that show and that pop is going to involve having lean muscle tissue, having more muscle tissue on that ab wall, as well as having low body fat percentages in order to have those abs show. Okay. In my opinion, there has been an insane amount of attention on revealing those abs, doing everything you can to lose body fat to make those abs show. And that's all good and well. There's nothing false about that. That is true. However, when you don't have a thick ab wall to show, you're going to need to get at lower and lower and lower and lower body fat percentages in order for those abs to pop and for those abs to show. And that's just going to be really hard to get to as far as getting that low of a body fat percentage. It's going to be hard to maintain as well. So instead, what we should focus on is not only lowering our body fat percentage to reveal those abs, but also building our abs like we would want to build our chest or our back or our glutes. In order to create bigger muscles there, because that's going to require, you don't need to get to such low body fat percentages in order for those abs to show themselves. For example, and this is just for the sake of this podcast episode, this isn't real, it's just for the sake of the conversation, but let's say your abs are very thin, you don't have very developed ab muscles, okay? You might need to get to, let's say for a guy, 8% body fat for those to show, and 14% body fat for women for those to show. But if you have thicker abs, if you spent time developing those abs like you would any other muscle group, maybe for guys, you got to get to 12% body fat, and girls, maybe, 19, 20% body fat. Again, those are just arbitrary numbers, but you get the point. We need to spend some time building those abs. That way, you don't have to be at such low body fat percentages for them to show. And also, that way, they stand out more. I mean, if you take someone that doesn't have thick abs or developed abs, and they get to a really, really lean state, they still might not have abs that show because they've got no muscle there to show in the first place. Okay, so taking the time to develop those abs is going to be absolutely crucial. Now, what can we do to focus on that? Okay, well, treating them like any other muscle group is going to help a ton. So training them with resistance in low to moderate rep ranges at a resistance that challenges its current, or the ab's current strength threshold. All right. When we think of traditional ab training, we think of planks and crunches and sit-ups and leg raises, but there's so much more. We can do so much more to add resistance to those movements. That way our abs are actually being challenged, because we like to say, let's do 50 crunches, because crunches usually are so easy that it takes 50 to even feel the burn. And then it turns ab training into, oh, well, it's not working unless I feel the burn, which is not true. We need to improve our abs strength. We need to improve its ability to move against a heavier resistance in lower to moderate rep ranges. So some exercises that you can do that involve weights. One that I love is a kneeling cable crunch. Okay, so you're kneeling on the ground on your knees, you're holding the handle above your head, and you're using your abs to bring your ribs closer to your pelvis and your pelvis closer to your ribs. That involves some resistance. Another one that I love that you can change the resistance on, and people don't think it's resistance because you're just using your body weight, but there is resistance because the resistance is your body weight, is a decline leg raise. So you're on a decline bench in an opposite direction. You're using your hands where your legs would usually go to hold yourself up, and you're going to use your abs to roll your tailbone in, roll your pelvis up, and bring your pelvis closer to your ribs closer to your pelvis, and slowly go down. The fact that you have the weight of your legs and you can change the resistance depending on how straight your legs are or how short your legs are, as well as the fact that you're on a decline bench, is going to add a lot of resistance against those abs. You could also do the same thing with a decline bench with a decline sit-up. That's another way you can add some resistance by going on that decline bench. A hanging leg raise, you have the resistance of your legs and your lower body. Another one that I love is a reverse crunch and a physio ball crunch. For example, the physio ball crunch, you're sitting on that fit ball and you are slowly uncurling your spine and then slowly curling your spine as you come up. As if you have those hands closer to your hips, it's going to be less resistance. Have your hands at your chest, more resistance. Have your hands behind your head, more resistance. Have your hands above you, your arms above you, the most resistance, okay, unless you have a weight in those hands. The point is you can use body weight exercises and manipulate your body weight to add more resistance for those muscles. But the point is here, the main takeaway is that you have to treat them like any other muscle group. Use them with enough resistance that makes it challenging for, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 12 reps, anywhere from 4 to 12 reps. And if you do a physio ball crunch right, or a reverse crunch the right way, going slow and controlled, even 5 should be extremely challenging. If it's not, I almost guarantee you that you're not doing it the right way, not going slow enough, not really working those abs. Another thing that I want to touch on before I sign off here is focusing on utilizing your abs instead of your hip flexors. People too often use their hip flexors in order to complete an ab exercise, and it's no wonder that it takes them 50 reps to even feel their abs working, like in a crunch or a sit-up. The hip flexors involves like the flexion of the hip, okay? So bringing your knee closer to your chest, for example, or your chest closer to your knees. Those are your hip flexors, okay? Now, the thing is, those aren't your abs, okay? Your abs are designed to bring your ribs closer to your pelvis and pelvis closer to your ribs, to shorten that distance, not to shorten the distance between your chest and your knees. So it's very important that you try to keep those hip flexors out of the equation and that you mostly use your abs when you're doing these movements, all right? So as far as times per week, anywhere from 2 to 3 times per week, training those abs with heavy to moderate resistance would be a massive, massive help. Go slow and controlled, use resistance, don't go super fast, and just do super, super light body weight reps for 30, 40, 50 reps, okay? Moderate rep ranges, challenging weight, make sure you're eating adequate protein, getting enough fuel in, and I promise you will likely see some great change in those abs, all right? Guys, if you enjoyed this episode and you know someone that would benefit from it, go ahead and send them here, share this episode with them. If not, spread the love, share this show with your friends and family. Let them know that this is where they can go to get all of their health, fitness, and nutrition questions answered.
Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it is over already. Hey, thank you guys so much for listening to the Poecast. Hey, listen in. If you have a health and fitness goal that you are trying to reach, I don't know what else to say other than to say it must be a match made in heaven. If you didn't know already, Pullman Fitness exists to transform the body, mind, and spirit through personal coaching and sustainable fitness plans for any stage of life. So, if you want to reach your goals, build sustainability, and enjoy life all at the same time, you guys got to check out Premier Coaching at Pullman Fitness. From custom-tailored programming to 24/7 access to your personal coach, you'll have everything that you need to succeed. You guys can find out a lot more about Premier Coaching as well as our membership program at pullmanfitness.com. Hey, if you enjoyed the show, share the love by leaving a 5-star review and introducing the Poecast to your friends and family. As always, thank you so much for listening, and until next time, this is the Poecast.